Hello. Nice.
Cute.
Hello. Oh, that does.
Yay! It's
So, yeah,
about time.
So yeah, it works like that. If you want to hear yourself, so I guess we can both put it on right now just to see like how you sound then versus how I sound. Hello. So that's pretty good.
Hello. Oh.
See, you can hear yourself now. Yeah, and then you can hear me on the left ear.
That's cute. I'm so glad it worked out.
Yeah, it's so when we record it, that's exactly what they're gonna hear if it's stereo. Like one person coming from the left, one person coming from the right. So as long as it makes sense in the, just flip it to wherever we side.
Oh, I was just gonna talk it and just send it out how it goes. But I guess. All right, shall we start?
Oh my gosh! Wait. Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Yeah. So we gotta make sure the screen stays on, because when it standbys, it disconnects this.
Okay, how do I do that?
We're back. What is it? Display.
Can you turn? Oh, yeah. Can I see? Where did you just go?
Displays or screensaver, right?
I fucking hate an app with this. It literally feels like I'm trying to. Yeah. Yes.
Display, lock screen settings. There you go. Start screensaver. Just turn display off. Battery went in. So you're not charging a laptop right now, right?
No, should I?
Well, if you want to, then when it's connected, so I can turn this off. So put never, so it just stays on.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you I just put never for both. Like it.
Yeah.
For now. May shorten it so. No.
Don't die.
So yeah, so that's good. Let's do this first and just like both talk into the mic. Oh, gotcha.
No. Oh, I think it's because.
Yeah, because this, so I have to just reset this. Oops. No.
This is how it's gonna be every time.
Well, now you know. It should be good. So we'll just have to do. Alright.
Testing.
Whoa.
Oh.
We're in. We're locked in. Okay.
So it's for sure not gonna cut the screen off.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It won't. Well, I guess we're gonna find that. Well, we're not. It's not. So now you can hear right here. We're in. Oh, it's a good volume too. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so I. Oh.
Bless your soul. Thank you for.
Yeah, no problem. I got you.
I think I know how to do it now.
So yeah, whenever you're ready to record and all that and start,
okay.
You can hit R. Wow, I like it because it's like full raw, like no preparation, just fucking go.
Cheers. Before everything starts.
Do you want to cheers on the record? Like recording and cheers? Like have it, I don't know.
Yes, sure. I wanted to do that with our shots. I'm like, let's fucking get it. Okay.
Either one.
Well, I have to do the introduction, so let me get ready.
Okay. Are we kicking? Hello?
Oh, wait, that sounds good.
Yeah, you can hear. Whoa. Oh, yeah, I'm on the left, that's fine.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tea for One. Actually, today it's going to be Tea for Two. And tea plus wine plus Hennessy, because that's how we do it here. This is a person who I have gotten to know and be friends with since 2019. He asked to be on my podcast, and I had no question about it. We are about to get into it. Go ahead, Kris.
What's up, guys? Hello, my name's Kris. I DJ, make music with my friends at Lowercase, who Essence and I are also very close to. So I'm excited for the conversations we're gonna have, and yeah, I think it's time ready for a little drink to start us off.
Absolutely. Cheers to being on the potty.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
We already talked about how deep we're gonna get, so you guys just need to bear with us. Keep an open mind. We're here for each other, and no one else matters. So let's get this. So, how do you like living in Vegas?
I mean, being born and raised, I love it here. Honestly, I feel like you get to experience all 4 seasons for one. It's just one big giant suburban area, honestly. And I think when you get really down to the nitty-gritty details of it, a lot of the Vegas natives and people who live here for a long time are oftentimes pretty dope people. So I love it when I get to meet someone new that is born and raised out here too, because we kind of share and carry on the same characteristics.
Are you talking about me, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just like Vegas locals, Vegas natives, they like to party, but they're also like super nice, dope people. They're not really like in your face, but
I kind of have the opposite thought.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I grew up in like the Southwest side, and was kind of born like in the central Vegas area, kind of like where Rainbow and 95 is. So I don't know. I kind of like I've always been in like the ghetto-ish areas until now. Yeah.
I've always been East Side, reppin'.
Oh, dude, yeah, East Side is they're dope as fuck too. I met some pretty dope East Side people.
Oh my gosh, I take my statement away. I think we're all pretty dope out here.
For the majority, not everybody.
The people that I met in Montreal though were like nothing you've ever experienced. They were so nice, like even firsthand.
Because Canadian people in general are super nice, yeah. I was there for like a short, like for only like the day. Took a ferry there from Seattle, and I could say like even right there in like the small city of Victoria, British Columbia, it was pretty dope. Like being coastline, everyone being super chill. But I definitely want to try to experience it like in the more like city life of Canada, Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal.
Toronto for me.
Right.
Drake, where you at? Yeah. So being in Vegas, what's it like? Cause okay, you're single, I'm single. What's it like?
Oh, dude, it's terrible, honestly.
Oh, damn! Jump right into it.
I think this kind of conversation I've had with a couple of my friends already. Just speaking of just like, I don't know, the dating scene here in Vegas or anything like that. I feel like oftentimes it's pretty hard to meet someone new, at least. I feel like a lot of the people they get
that haven't been ran through.
Yeah.
Like type vibes or what?
Or to me, meeting someone new, because everyone I feel like has become so cliquey. Like if they are getting into a relationship, it's someone they've known for a while. Like I haven't really seen that scenario where like someone is meeting somebody new, and then they connect, they catch a vibe or anything like that. Most of the time, relationships I see nowadays come from like knowing somebody already, like instead of meeting somebody new, completely new.
Do you think your soulmate is in Las Vegas or in a different?
It's hard to say, honestly.
I know for sure mine is not.
Right? Just that one person you connect with. It's just like, I know it's I haven't really felt that way towards really anyone here that I've met in particular, that is in Vegas at least. So, and Vegas is such a small town. Like you know one person from one side of the town, and
they know everybody.
Yeah, just so have like you make that connection, fill in the gaps, and now you know everyone in town.
For real.
But
that's crazy.
yeah, I don't know. For me, like like,
where are you at right now as far as like that part goes? Are you still healing from something in the past, or are you just out here exploring? What is life calling for you?
I definitely went through those phases. I went through all those phases of just like wanting to hoe out and forget about it. Then a breakup, that is. And then went through that phase of like, okay, maybe I want to look for something serious. And now I'm in that point where I kind of just like let the universe take the reins. I'm not really, I don't want to force anything or out here really actively looking for say, because I think even like the past couple months, I would say anything that I have tried or any pursuit that I was actually interested in and was really hoping for the best for, all just like turned to ashes and broken down into shambles, or just didn't work out, or I would just simply get ghosted, one or the other. And I think just from those experiences alone, like I can feel so good and feel like something is going so right just from the energy they give off and the way I presented myself. And then at the end of the day, people are free to do like what they want, and they have no real obligation to you, and they don't owe you anything, so they could just ghost you. And
as much as it sucks, that's the realism behind all of that.
Right? And I finally got to really experience it firsthand, because this is the longest time, like I mentioned to you before, that I've been single. So like ever since like I got into dating, high five. I was always like jumping from one relationship to another, like with probably like a maximum 8-month gap in between each relationship. So it being 2 years now since I've been single, I've kind of been seeing a lot more of like growth personally within myself, because I felt like, and before I was just distracting myself. Like sure, I'm still learning and growing as a person, and with that other person as well. But this amount of solo time I've had is good.
For you, necessary. Oh, that's good. Have you picked up on anything that you enjoy doing now that you're doing it solo?
Eating good. That was one thing I thought I could never do again. Like whenever I went out to go eat good food or like have a nice dinner, I was always doing it with like my partner per se. And doing that the first couple months after a breakup, it was really tough. Like I felt like I didn't deserve to eat the good food, and if that makes sense. But that's the one thing I really have been enjoying doing for myself that I picked up on. It's just like treating myself out again, and just going back to what I love and giving it 100% of my attention. Well, before I always used the excuse of like my relationship was taking too much of my time, but there's no excuse for that now. And even in that time, like it wasn't even an excuse. I still had a lot of time. So yeah, those are just some things that I have kind of gotten back into the groove of. What's we talked about it a little bit earlier before the podcast, but what was life like for you after a relationship?
It was pretty lonely, and it wasn't a comfortable lonely where I would do how I feel now, you know, like I was actually pretty anxious, and now that I think about it, I don't want to go back to those days.
Right? Yeah, it's like I totally 100% can relate to you right there. It's a kind of lonesome where you felt like, well, for me at least, you felt like you tried, and then you have access to a bunch of these people for sure, but it's like that one person you spend all that time with, and then now it's like stress yourself especially for those first couple months. It's like you don't know how to hang out with yourself.
And I swear it was okay before the relationship. Like I never thought about it that much, or
like being by yourself.
Yeah, or had to force myself to like stay with my thoughts and whatnot. It was just terrible. It was honestly the worst. Like after every breakup, but I think the last one really hit because I was like, damn, bitch, you didn't have to do all that, and now you're feeling bad for extra, and it's like you lied to yourself and you didn't have to. But you know, with that, it's also just like, you know, life happens and we're young, and how are we gonna learn things if we don't like bump our heads as much as but now I'm trying to fuck up less, and I'm trying not to do the extra shit that I was doing to get me in the position that I was in.
100% facts right there.
Those days were ugly though. I never want to go back to that. Bro, crying as soon as I wake up, crying to go to sleep, overthinking, checking IG, just being a naughty fucking ugly ass girl, insecure ass bitch. Oh god, I hate that. I'm speaking to myself, but I mean it. I hate that I was being like that, and this lasted for like 9 months until I saw he had a new girlfriend. I was like, okay, out of sight, out of mind. We move on from here, because ain't no going back.
For me, it was like 6 months of that shit. I just like constantly, you're like constantly checking the stories, the fucking whatever they post, and then like you just like trigger yourself randomly. You're like just. And sometimes it would happen involuntarily. Like I could just be like minding my own business, fucking, and boom, you see something. But oh yeah, I hate it. Like physically, I didn't feel my best. Emotionally, obviously, it wasn't my best. Mentally, obviously, I wasn't my best. The one thing that struck me the most was like the whole physical aspect. Like my face, like I could tell was getting fatter and more wrinkles from the stress. Yes, and it really took me after those 6 months, and then getting okay with the realization that my old partner is already established in a new relationship.
Bro, why are we going through the same thing at the same time? Were we talking to each other about this? No, we need to.
It was like a whole thing, and I when I finally was okay with it, I think that like that weight being lifted off their shoulders from being just so hard on yourself, stressing out for the tiniest things, for things especially that aren't in your control anymore. Just coming to that realization, I'm like I look back in the first 6 months of that situation, and I kind of like just cringe and like look at myself like, so like what the fuck, Kris? Like how could you let yourself stoop that low? Well, like I realize now, like I probably had to get that low to really
raise up now.
To kind of look and appreciate more about what else I have to offer to myself, for myself, like whether that be improvement, bettering myself or anything like that. And it was just those 6 months. I can completely relate. It's ass.
Thanks for asking that. But now that you're saying, something that definitely helped me get past towards it was what you just said about like
what the physical thing, or
the physical thing,
like how you feel about yourself physically, your physical appearance or anything like that, like how you look, like looking into a mirror, like I
couldn't believe it. Sometimes we settle. Dude, I was talking to Linda about like the stuff that we used to put up with, and why do we do that?
Yeah, it's like is
it because we're young and we think that our whole life depends on this one love,
this one person? Yeah,
or like what?
I feel like everybody like for it to repeat is one thing, but I feel like everyone should somewhat have a similar experience. I don't wish this, like I don't wish any like bad experiences on even on my worst enemy, but for some real good growth and realizations, going through some shit like that where you throw everything out the window and you give up your everything you own, everything you have, all of you to this one person, and they're still not giving it back is that's a yeah it's
killer.
It's a killer feeling. And I feel like once you can get past that, it's like yeah, you can kind of look back on it and kind of understand like why maybe it happened or anything like that. Because imagine you never did that. Who's to say it won't happen in the future with someone you ended up really liking and caring about and all this shit, you know?
Right.
So
it's all meant to be. Do you believe in the universe? Oh yeah, we were talking about manifestation earlier, but are you deeper into that? Like, do you?
I feel like I've only scratched the surface. I don't like do any of the practices, or like I'm constantly delving into all the knowledge within that realm of shit. But I do like to dabble into it. I do think it's interesting, and I do think to a certain degree that a lot of that shit is true. That that the universe literally has a plan for you.
Or do you believe that everything happens for a reason?
And everything happens for. Oh wait, do you think those are two different things?
Do you think that?
I think they're tied together similarly. Like everything does happen for a reason. Like the universe has already laid it out for you. So
I don't think the second part. I
really?
think like it's all like in that moment you take action to lead you to your next.
Oh, so in the conversation of like, because I kind of think of it as like a timeline. You know, like time exists all at the same time. Like the future has happened, the past has happened, the present is happening, all at the same time. So like with that being said, like there's already a written timeline for everything. Obviously you don't know what's gonna happen in the future, and whatever happened in the past has already happened. Like that's how I kind of see how like things are supposed to happen.
Like a timeline?
Yeah, like for a reason. It's like there's already set in stone in somewhere in that timeline. You don't know when it's gonna happen though. So that still keeps up that whole mystery of just like you don't know what the future's gonna hold, but it's already there. And I guess that the whole manifestation idea is what helps it push it forward or something like that. You're like, what? Where does that go?
I don't think for myself that's true.
I was like, shit, be going on too often.
I will accept the free flow of life, and whatever the fuck happens, yes, we're taking it. I don't know. It's crazy to depend on something to have it laid out for you, other than yourself. You know, like a timeline written by who, Kris? Who the fuck is up there?
I don't know, the Mr. Universe creator guy.
just
up there chilling. Like, he's in the office. He's working hard right now. He's like, oh crap, Kris is onto my fucking. He knows how I'm controlling the universe. I better start rewriting his fucking future right now.
Like, I'm gonna erase this part as soon as he falls asleep tonight.
He's not gonna know shit. He's not gonna remember he had this conversation.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's these fucking little crystal wine glasses are dope as fuck too.
Thank you. Shout out to my mommy.
Your mom is dope too. Super sweet lady.
Thank you. Have you dropped white on yourself yet?
Not yet.
Nice. I had to change the white shirt. I was like, ain't no way.
This is a nice shirt. No way I'm risking that.
We had a deal, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be okay. I'm not gonna.
My mom's like, since no, he has to drive home. I was like,
yeah, my mom, your mom, no.
we got a spare bedroom. He don't gotta go nowhere.
If the worst comes to worst. But actually,
we gonna be alright.
Your mom got the right idea though. I like her. She's like, he has to try. She knows.
I'm putting that down. Here you are, buddy friend. If you want to just sip on it.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Unless I was like DJing and stuff, then yeah, we could take that.
Well, because we're cross mixing right now. We got wine and
That's too bad.
and tea. The drink combination is crazy.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks
Sip
for
your
having me.
Ooh, a great combination. Okay, so take a shot of Hennessy.
Dude, that was good. I just
a little sip of tea as a chaser, and then the Hennessy again. It's so good, huh?
Yeah, that's
He's gonna finish all of it.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous, guys.
I put people on. I'm telling you, tea is the.
I think it's especially because of the honey. The honey in there is.
Will mask that honey.
Yeah. That's
I've always been a honey girl. I don't know how people do tequila or vodka.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if there's nothing left, but Hennessy.
Yeah, that's a real one right there. It's like there's some people who are like hardcore tequila, hardcore Hennessy, whatever. They won't drink anything else. I get that. But like, if there's nothing else at the function, what are you gonna drink? You're just gonna chill there. Yeah, you just go chill there, like head back against the wall. Just, I'm good. Nah, I would still drink, but yeah, I don't know. Like the tequila is crazy. Like, when was the last time you ever like drank tequila like that?
My last night in Montreal. That's all we drank all day.
Like it's tequila's dope for like party occasions for sure. Like if it's all there is, then yes. But I remember like the last time there was only tequila at the party, because I won't drink vodka. Like that's just
Fuck
complete
that.
hands no, hands down, no, never. But there's this party where like they had a shrine of Don Julio, and no one was drinking it. So we were like, what the fuck, like. We gotta start drinking this, and we finished the bottle, and I had alcohol poisoning the next day. I blacked out that night. Fucking felt like absolute shit for not just one day, but 3 days. I felt like absolute trash.
Bruh.
So, and that's never really happened to me with Hennessy. So I feel like it's just a process of elimination here. There's a trend.
But what happened to you on Hennessy? Didn't you lose your passport?
No, we didn't drink Hennessy. That was mixing that night. I actually didn't drink any Hennessy that night. It was a lot of tequila. I feel like a lot of the bad things that do happen when I drink are tequila most of the time. I mean, granted, like I'm not gonna give Hennessy like a slap on the wrist or a pass right now. I definitely fucked up on some Hennessy. But the worst was other alcohol, so that's my go-to for sure all the time as well.
Hennessy just does it.
It gets you acting a certain way. I can see why some people stray away from it, because like they don't have control. We got control.
What Hennessy can do to you.
Yeah. If you can control the beast, it's a fun time.
Dude, no, for real. And it's not VSOP.
Very superior, old pale.
That's
Right.
what it means? Oh,
Old.
I thought it was very special.
Yeah. Very superior, old pale.
Yum. Thank you, Hennessy. We love you.
Thank you, Hennessy. You're dope.
This is a cool microphone.
Thank you, yeah. Shout outs to my dad, Papa Crispy, for the podcast. For the mic the second mic we're using today. Very solid, clear quality.
Yes, the struggle earlier was not it, y'all. We had to go through hell and back to get
It's really, really dope.
to go. I cannot.
And by hell, we're just talking about going outside because it's hot as fuck outside. But yeah, we got it all working. I'm really glad that it's working now. You can just setup is established. Is this the first one you're using, or first podcast you're doing with this setup?
Yeah, and the first podcast that I'm doing that's on my own stream, because I usually use podcasts for Spotifyers or something like that, and Spotify for podcasters, and I'm finally gonna just do it on a recording audio app so that I have full ownership. Because
yeah, that's good. And
yeah,
you can just
I'm
you can
starting
mess
to
around with it.
monetize.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. Just stepping forward, moving our way on up in this world.
Yeah, I never expected it to. It kind of just blew up out of nowhere, and here we are. I'm just missing the sign and my
Ooh.
lamp that'll really set the vibe in here.
It's gonna be for those that are just listening, it's a dope setup. It's a really dope setup.
Thank you.
I can see it now, just being on a media outlet, social media outlet, whichever that be YouTube, TikTok, or whatever you want to distribute your videos and podcast at. Looks super dope.
Thank you.
We were just talking about it, manifesting it for you.
Oh, thanks. Manifestation is important.
Wait, so I know we were just slightly touching on the topic of that earlier, but what are your how do you feel about how things happen and how the universe works and shit like that? Are you more spiritual or?
Yeah, I enjoy being spiritual in a sense where I know more about myself. Not in a, I don't know, I feel like spirituality, the word itself can be perceived a lot of different ways, but spirituality for me is more so believing in myself and the power to change and create new things and make things better. I don't know, I love life. I think we're all connected and we all are meant to do beautiful, big, fulfilling things in life. And it doesn't have to be what's planned, you know? It could totally just be whatever makes sense to you. Because not everything makes sense to everyone, and your ideas and thoughts don't, or maybe still can't always be understood by other people. So,
right.
I don't know. I think it's just our life duty to find some way to make every idea, well, maybe not every, but the solid ideas that we have and the solid feelings to bring it to life to share with other people.
Right.
You know, all that gay shit.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So are you a more go with the flow kind of person?
Yeah, for the most part. I'm not gonna lie though, when I was younger, I definitely was a forceful, I want this, I want that, I want it my way person. But as I grow and get older, I realize that things just don't happen my way, and it is what it is. And the energy that I put into either staying positive about it or being negative, because both are a choice.
Right.
I feel like I choose to just let it be. That's gonna be my next tattoo. I'm gonna get it right here, or maybe right here somewhere, of a bee, to just remind myself to let shit be as it is. You know, as corny as that is, but
a bee just flying around.
Dude, I make friends with every bee that comes around me. I swear to God, they land on me, and I've never ever in my life gotten stung.
They hate me for sure. I was just at the pool the other day. This bee wouldn't leave me alone. It just fucking was all in my area. I was so scared.
It wants to say hi. You can't neglect it.
I guess you're right. It was my perspective that needed to be changed, not the bee, not the bee's action. I should have just let it be. Oh, you're right. He was just trying to say hello. I'm so sorry, Mr. B.
Do you believe in sorry to interrupt you, but do you believe in climate change? How do you feel about politics, Kris? Tell me what the fuck is good right now.
Is that what we're talking about? Bro, I don't pay attention to shit like that, bro. That shit hurts my brain.
Tell me about it.
Like anything that's related to that. I kind of just wish humans as a whole, us as an entire planet, can just kind of just get together and just fucking chill and just vibe. Right? Imagine you
That's so hard to ask.
Why is everyone so mad? What are we mad about? Mad at other people being happy? I get that. Then we just gotta separate them. We just gotta get all the people that are happy. Just fucking, we're all good right here.
Bruh, for real. That's our group though. That's our friend group. Thank fucking God.
just straight vibes, unproblematic for the most part. And just I don't know, chill. Because I don't think. So I think if a friend group was too perfect, then it's not good. No, there needs to be some bumps in the roads and stuff like that. Because how else are you gonna be okay with each other's dynamic and grow with each other as friends if you can't accept the bad things too?
Yeah, and that's also to even see if you want to stick around to be friends and get to grow together.
Yeah, if they don't want to change for the better of themselves and for the better of like you and your friends, then what's the point of keeping them around?
Have you had to deal with that, like losing friends recently?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god,
yeah.
bitch. Let's talk.
Like, yeah, no, for real. It's crazy how like that conversation just led into that because it was definitely something I wanted to talk about too. Where so I had these group of friends who I would really like label us as a band of brothers. That was like we were super close from the beginning of freshman year, all the way like to just recently. Like we all just instantly like fucking like got that. We were all came from different middle schools. And when we met each other freshman year, we just kind of established that connection with each other and just we're super dope, cool friends. And then as of late, I kind of noticed a shift in their energies, the way they responded, the way they talked, and all that. Like towards me specifically. Like with the other two, they're really good friends with each other and they hang out all the time. But any moment or any time that I text the group chat and ask them to hang out or anything like that, it's always difficult or they don't have time or anything like that. But then I see on social media they're hanging out all the time, even traveling to other places that I wanted to go with them as well.
That sucks.
It was a very like it was a definitely disheartening moment. I kind of and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Is like like oh yeah, like people are free to do what they want. They don't owe you anything or anything like that. But especially them being like some of my closest friends since for a long time, and them being a friend group that I opened up a lot to whenever I was going through some stuff, and friends that have helped me who I've also helped like throughout our past. It's just crazy to see how like things just kind of unfold. I kind of just the only thing that really bothers me about it now is that I didn't really get any closure. Like the last thing I've ever told them was guys trying to go to Camp Flog now last year. This was last year.
Damn.
And it like I've always wanted to go to a festival with them, and they aren't the type to really like go out to festivals and stuff like that. But this was one festival they wanted to go to because it has a wide range of music artists that we both like, or all three of us like. So I was just like, yeah, if you guys go to Flog, just let me know. Like I'll do everything I can to get the time off because we had like super opposite work schedules back then. And then I'll go with you guys. And then time comes around where Flog Now happens, and I just see it on their story that they're there. Like no recollect. Like I remember explicitly telling them like, if you guys go to Flog, just let me know. Like I'm down to go with you guys. And then they're there, and I had no idea.
How did you feel?
Like in the moment, I was like, dang, I felt a little betrayed. Cause for one, it's just I think all I really wanted at this point was just like an explanation.
Did you ever get closure from them?
No closure, no nothing, no. Like I even had like talked to one of them, before, and just to ask, just like, hey guys, like, did I do something wrong or like anything like that? I had that conversation with one of the guys in the friend group, and he told me like he didn't really feel that way. He's just busy and forgetful and like whatever not, and then he'll definitely talk to the other person in our friend group who I haven't heard from in a while, and they'll like invite me out more to their things. Like that was the last time I ever talked to him, so it kind of just like left off of that. So yeah, I definitely lost some friends, and then definitely lost touch with a lot of other people in my life too. But I think that kind of just goes to show that people are just gonna continue moving forward, and I'm not just gonna sit around and just like wait for them. It sucks. It's a shitty feeling, and I really did care about them at one point, But I think, especially back then, whenever I just try to force myself into people's lives, it just doesn't work out that way. You can't do that. And I kind of just gotten okay with the fact, like, if they're not going to be here with me in this life, then I should just move on. I'll be okay.
You will. You got other people who got your back anyway, so.
And that's where I direct my attention and my all my energy towards now.
Good.
And it's been good.
As you should. I feel like there's so many of us going through the same thing, and we should all just talk about it because
we should all like a fat ass podcast. Yes, that'd be sick.
No, I'm so serious.
Just fill up the room with the homies and we all just talk.
Bro, you don't even know. You don't even know. Being connected to the girls, I'm so thankful because, like, even though it's not often that I talk to, like, you or Elle or Joey, I still, like, get to keep up with the girls and know how they're doing. And
that'd be such
we're
a
all
dope,
going through the same shit.
That'd be such a dope podcast to
Bro.
have all of us there.
You know, Carlos is like, okay, we're gonna pull up, and Linda and Kayla will be the audience, and we'll be the podcasters and just talk, and then we'll sit and watch.
That'd be so cool. Like, just getting like a bigger room, and everyone just sits like on a couch. Everyone has a mic in their hand. We all just talk.
Oh, in my house.
Yeah.
Just wait. Oh.
That sounds like a dope idea.
Thank you for opening a new dream for me. A new dream idea.
Just podcast with the homies. We just talk shit, or we'll fucking talk about life. Talk about whatever.
Whatever. Dude, I'm gonna have it in my living room. Like, I'm already envisioning and manifesting the idea of how I want us to all be together on a podcast. It's crazy how far we've come along. I've known you guys since 2019. And I came through because of Carlos and Flog. Remember that?
I remember being at the festival, but I didn't go with you guys because I was with, my ex at the time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Dude, I made them take shots. I cooked them shrimp scampi. We got fucked up.
Dude, if I was with you guys those early years, I feel like oh my god. things in my life, and that probably would have happened way earlier. The obsessive drinking. But we're doing better.
What obsessive drinking? Do you want to talk about that?
Alcoholism? Guys, don't. To all my listeners out there right now, if you take a sip of alcohol,
I'm taking a sip of alcohol.
You finish that drink, and you tell yourself, "I need another one." You're an alcoholic. That's it. That's the simple, most basic definition of that. Just not ending the night off after one drink. Not being able to, at least.
Who can do that? Raise your hand.
I mean, like, that's such a pussy ass definition. Like, one drink, that's it. But
no,
like,
I'm saying that's hard to do. That's hard to finish your night after. Dude, that fruit tea shots be kissing me. Like, what do you mean?
yeah, it's a very like bare bones, low tier definition for an alcoholic, but it's technically right. I would say like not one drink, but let's say like 3 drinks. Like if you really like, it's just the idea of wanting to keep going. Yeah, that's alcoholism. Anyways,
okay, I'm gonna check something. 5 seconds.
Go ahead.
I just want to see if this is still recording. Oh my god, it is. Wow, 43 minutes.
Let's go. That's good.
No, it's been awesome. Let's continue.
Yeah.
We're not finishing talking until this bottle of.
One of them. Okay, well, no, the wine. Dude, that needs to be hard. I'm not even done with that shot.
I know. I'm already feeling pretty great. I love it. Cheers. Okay, so you talked about earlier today. I feel like I never knew this much about you than today. Like, I feel like we've never talked.
Delve deeper into crispy.
To each other.
Yeah.
Like, I literally never knew anything like this about you, but it's so dope. But you talked about what?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
You talked about that you wanted to change up your style. Do you want to spend money on more expensive things, or like what style are you trying to?
In terms of clothes, is that what you're talking about, or just like anything? that has to do with like my style?
Both.
I guess like
Oh, excuse me.
I guess one of it is just like obviously like rebuilding my closet. Like there's only like certain clothes that it's kind of like I forgot what is that one thing on Netflix that when you like grab something, if it doesn't spark any interest in you, then you just throw it out, so you don't like hoard anything. That's one thing I'm really bad at, is hoarding.
Really?
So yeah.
Classic Filipino.
You just got a garage full of random shit.
Wait, so is that bottom garage area yours?
The which one? On the top of the garage?
Yeah.
That's my room, yeah.
Oh.
It's
is
like
that connected to the house?
No, it's like its own room. It's technically called a casita. So it's the size of a living room.
Oh.
So it's like it has its own AC unit, so it's pretty nice. It's nice in there. Like very big room. Fuck. What what was I just talking about?
Building your style.
Oh yeah. Just changing up the wardrobe and kind of getting my hair the way I wanted to, because that's one thing like I said before when we were in the car earlier, is I never really found like a hairstyle that I like truly love and like will keep for like forever. So I'm just trying out a bunch of different things right now, and I think it ties into a lot of the whole like post breakup thing and gaining my confidence back. Like just the other day, I went into the homie's shop at Blank. I guess where I bought this shirt actually, and he said he's like, did you get skinnier or something? I was like, no, I'm still the same weight. He was like, your face looks thinner, it looks good. I was like, oh, thank you. And that was one thing I was always self-conscious about before. It's like my cheeks were always being fat, and like I had no real like jawline or anything like that. It's kind of like why I keep the beard here too, to kind of like hide the chin a little bit.
You want that? You want
What, the beard here? Or like a jawline? Just a little bit. Well, I think I like it where it's at right now. If it was more defined, then I feel like that'd be a little too much, a little giggy chatty.
You're good.
I think I'm good where I'm at, and that was kind of like a result of just like being active, like having a period of time of being active, doing good, taking care of myself, to a period of time where I was like starving myself because I'm like not remembering to eat, especially with the busy work schedule that I have. And lastly, catching myself doing random jaw and face exercises throughout the day, especially when I'm at work.
Question. Were you starving yourself because you were sad about the breakup, or were you didn't have anyone to talk to about what was going on, or why were you starving yourself?
That one is just because of like the lack of self-awareness for me to just take care of myself in that sense. Like I wouldn't do something for myself until I absolutely had to. Like I would push the limits of my body because of how lazy and how low I felt about myself, to the point where I absolutely had to do something. Like I wouldn't go pee until I absolutely had to go pee. I would just rot in bed. And then I wouldn't eat until I absolutely felt like I had to eat. I would just be hungry, and like I would go throughout work like that. Like I would just be working 11, 12 hours a night into like barely eating. Like I grab like maybe 1 or 2 bites just to sustain myself, and then I'm just like drinking water, and then that's it. Like I wasn't taking care of my body like I'm supposed to, like eating 3 meals a day and like stuff like that.
So it pushed you to a breaking point in order to get you to actually do something. Do you still do that to yourself now, or like what's the mental health level? What's going on right now?
It's definitely up. We're up. When I'm talking about these experiences, this was probably like maybe I would say like towards the end of last year, and then towards before summer of last year as well. So 2023 we're talking about. Yeah, so the first half of 2023 and then the last 3 months of 2023. There was only like 3 good months in 2023 for me. And that was May, June, July, and some of August. Those were the only good months I had last year. Every other month was just a bunch of pain and misery and just like whether it be drinking, being sad about my last relationship, or whatever the fuck. So the breaking point for me, because like I said, I only had like 3 good months where I actually took care of myself of last year. But if I'm gonna talk about my most recent breaking point, was the fact that I blacked out and lost my passport and lost my phone at the same time. That was pretty much the last straw for me, because mind you, I flew out to San Diego that weekend, so I didn't drive. I needed a flight back home. I don't have a phone and I don't have a passport, so you can kind of guess the stress levels when trying to get through the airport and then trying to even get a ride to the airport. Like, all I had on me was my bag full of clothes, my wallet, thank God that I still have my cards and my cash. And that was the only thing I really had to me, and then the clothes I had on my body. I was lucky enough to book a new flight, like 9 p.m. that day. But it's like 11 a.m. in San Diego right now.
Oh, fuck.
It's really early. And I do the classic man thing of like it was kind of crazy to me thinking about this stuff, because maybe like definitely when I was younger and my parents were probably this age, this is the normal. Like trying to get a taxi and just like asking for directions. Ain't no smartphones or shit around then back then.
Right.
When my parents were my age. So
right.
like I was just like, but going through that in this day and age was like so wild to me. Like I was just walking around blind, like don't know where I'm going. I was luckily by a hotel, so I just asked the concierge, or like the what is it called, valet guy, to call a taxi for me. Asked the taxi to drop me off to the airport, and then mind you, I'm at the airport now. I have a flight there booked because I booked it with my friend's phone that let me borrow their phone that morning. I'm at the airport now by myself, no phone, no passport, having to get on a flight under my name. Like, how do I do it? So,
no passport.
Yeah, I have no form of identification. I left my ID at home, so just my passport. So, luckily, the airline was able to accommodate and give me my boarding pass just by giving them my first and last name, birth date, and then a piece of paper that had my full name and address on it. And I was just like, oh wow, like it was like a little like permit thing I had from the DMV at the time in my wallet, because I was getting a new ID. So that's why I had my passport actually. So I didn't have my actual ID. Luckily, the airline people took that, and now the only next trouble was getting through TSA, because you also need ID to get through TSA. I showed them that I didn't have one, lost it, blah blah blah. But what was crazy enough is there was a fat line in TSA, and they, doing that whole process of me not having ID, allowed me to skip a lot of that, and I got through it faster. So that was kind of cool. There was a win for that day at least, instead of being down bad, like lost everything.
I was gonna ask, what did you learn out of all of this? Like,
here's the hardest part right now. It's coming up right now. This is the breaking point for me. Like, why I just learned to take care of myself, learned to never get that like absolutely plastered anymore, was because here I am. I passed TSA. It is all but 2 p.m. right now. My flight doesn't leave until 9:45 p.m. that day.
Bruh.
I am just in the waiting area next to my gate for almost 8 hours, just sitting there, nothing. Like I just sat there. Like I didn't have any more money because I used all of it to basically get myself back home. I don't have a phone. So I can't like entertain myself for the 8 hours I'm there. And then the whole no money thing, can't even buy a book. to go read at the little store. There's
like
nothing.
you would anyways.
I might as well. I should have tried. So I just sat there for 8 hours doing
Pondering.
nothing. Yeah, just in my thoughts.
Okay,
Also,
what was your thoughts?
Also super hungover too, because obviously the night before I blacked out.
Now looking back, we can laugh, but
was-
I'm sure dude, missing a flight sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I've done it twice. One to New York, the other time was on my way back home, and it both times to and from fucking sucked.
I've missed. Oh yeah, I've also missed 2 flights now. I missed the first flight when I was gonna go see my cousin out on the east side, and that actually cut our trip almost in half, because the next flight wasn't until almost the next day.
Was that out to Virginia?
Yeah, I fucked up on that part, and then trying to get back home from San Diego on a day at work. Fucking silly.
Bruh.
But my thoughts that night kind of consisted of just like me like regretting everything I did the past like 6 months of my life.
Was that the 6 months that you were going through everything? Or no?
No. This was the 6 months of belligerent drinking. So this is a different phase. After the breakup, it was 6 months of pain, and then 3 months of feeling good and confident about myself. Then after that started the 6 months of alcoholism.
Damn.
And we just got past that. I'm past all that now. I feel great.
You're out here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm really out here just feeling a lot better about myself.
As long as you feel better, and you're never alone. Come to the whole group. We got you.
I mean, yes, and I think that's one important note that I like to keep in the back of my mind throughout all this shit I've been through, is that like never to really forget about your support system, like the people around you, especially the ones that care and especially the ones that love and care about you. And I always knew my friends were there, but I think it got to a point where I was just more so disappointed in myself for not like learning and being better at one point, that I was afraid and ashamed to even go to my friends. So I was kind of alone for a little bit, but then I realized, especially after the San Diego incident, that my family and my parents, no matter what the fuck I did, no matter how much I fucked up, that they were always my number one supporters and helpers in my life. And that was one thing that I realized I have been putting on hold for a long time, was just spending time with them, my family. And that's why I told you about that little family bender I had. It's so great. Like every Sunday, I'm usually with them now, and I try to make an effort to hang out with them every weekend.
I'm sorry, I have to pee, so talk.
Hey, it's CRISPR solo time, guys.
Yes.
Welcome to the commercial break. This episode is sponsored by. What are we sponsored by today? I wish that they were sponsored, but today's episode is sponsored by Hennessy VSOP, very superior old pale cognac made in France. Fun fact, guys, cognac is only legally allowed to come from Cognac, France. That's where cognac is distributed, bottled, and all that good stuff. How do you guys like your Hennessy? Do you like taking shots at parties? Do you like it on the rocks? You like it mixed with a little bit of Pepsi or Coke, perhaps? Me personally, I like to enjoy my Hennessy neat with a glass of like Coke or Pepsi on the side. That's my way of enjoying it.
That's the pussy way.
Ladies
and gentlemen. The real way to enjoy your Hennessy is by itself, straight up.
Just doing shots like a madman. See, this is why I had those 6 months of. But it taught me something. Like I kind of looked at Hennessy as like like, yeah, I'm getting fucked up. Let's go. Let's get wasted. But now I kind of look at it as like a treasure. Like I know its power now, and I'm learning to control it.
All I can say is don't do anything to piss Hennessy off.
Yeah, I should probably fuck you up or something like really bad,
Really fucking bad. Put you in a body bag, no looking back.
That's terrifying.
It's real though.
Also, one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit with you was because we were talking about all the like relationship shit, the breakup shit. You mentioned earlier that like, you know, taking on each day or each emotion positively or negatively is a choice. It is a choice within you, like how you react to a situation and stuff like that, right? Are you on the love is a choice side, or you think love is more of a feeling?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Like, I don't know how long was your longest relationship, but or it doesn't even have to be relationship related. It can be family orientated. Love is love being a choice more than a feeling, or love more of a feeling than a choice.
I feel like it's both. Like, in order to love someone, you have to have that feeling that makes that choice that you do. You know, because like, but I also do believe that love can be given out freely to everyone because it is free. That's like the one thing in life that is.
Yeah.
You know, but like to truly love someone for who they are is a choice because you're choosing to
accept all of them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
You know, it's all of that, and I think once you do understand that, you start to see people in a different way where you're not seeing what they can offer to you, more so of just like who they are and what their soul can do to yours. If you want it to be that deep, you know, because if it's just like a relationship that you're just having sex with someone, obviously love plays a course in where it's like lustful, but I say that in quotes because like lust is such an interesting thing. Lust is desire and like temporary reaction in my opinion. You know, whereas love is like full dedication. You know, I totally relate to you when you say that your parents and your family are your support system, and like no matter what, they love you unconditionally.
Like literally no matter what. You don't even
Chris, so I have gotten expelled and sent to behavior school. I stole my parents' car. I've admitted to my dad already, so I can say it right now, but I've like taken my dad's weed to sell to someone else and got busted for it.
Oh, you even couldn't reap the benefits from it. You just got straight up busted.
Yes.
Couldn't even take the money. Like, nope, just got busted.
No, it wasn't even for money. It was just to do it. Just to do it because I was a people pleaser back then, back in high school. And so like my this is how I relate to you so heavily, is like my parents too have always been my rock. Like now that I'm older and more aware, I'm like, because of what I put them through, I would do absolutely anything for them, and like to see them
me as fuck
live a lighter and better life, because all of the shit that I put them through, like it was so unnecessary. It was so stupid of me.
Imagine like they already have to put up a lot when we're a baby, and like all the way up until like the first 5 years of our life basically. Right. And then just to pull up and do it again when we're older is so silly. It's like at this point that now we're learning.
Yeah, for real. After all this time, finally.
So it's that's why like before I was so prideful of myself, like not trying to make a mistake. Like trying to be as perfect as I can be, and like
but
be
even
the best.
That makes you make mistakes.
Yes, and like even when I made mistakes, I would beat the fuck out of myself for it every single time I made a mistake. And I was just like I couldn't let myself live that way, and like I couldn't let myself like be okay with a mistake. But now like at the age of 26, turning 27 this year.
Woo! Big boy.
Getting closer to 30 now. Goddamn.
Ew, that's so far. Shut up. Don't say that.
Dude. Once you hit 26, you're closer to 30 than you are 21. So
that's only because numerology. That's not based on real life activity.
I mean, it's just based also like the time I have lived. I am now closer to 30 than I was 21.
He's right.
I've learned that to be okay with making mistakes and shit. Like whenever I do fuck up, because before I would fuck up and let that ruin myself for the next 3 months for the next couple weeks for an extended period of time. But now it's like I fuck up and I pick myself up the fucking next day or the next hour or the next, or like I just pick myself up just like, dude, everybody fucks up. It's like what am I gonna learn from this? Like if I don't learn anything from this, then that's when I'm fucking up. That's like I'm gonna just fuck up again if I don't learn anything from this. And I fucked up a lot in the past couple months. Not like a substantial amount, but like within the first couple of 2024 and then a lot last year. But bringing it on to the second half of 2020, because we're almost in July now. We're going to be on the last 6 months of the year. I can confidently say that like I've learned a lot from my mistakes, so that shit doesn't hit the ceiling ever again like that. Especially that San Diego story I just told you. Yeah, that was rough. I felt like I was in like purgatory or some shit. The first circle of hell. Like, I'm just in the airport, bro. No conversation, bro. Not talking to nobody. I'm just sitting there for 7 hours, just like living a normal life right now. Like just no phone.
There's nothing wrong with that. I love how you said it as purgatory. Like, goddamn, we're privileged.
I'm an iPad kid, okay?
That should just show you, bro. We're
kid.
fucking privileged and we get everything we want.
Even though I grew up in the age without an iPad, I look at myself as an iPad kid because I'm like always constantly fucking, what is it called? Stimulating myself with like some sort of content or some shit. Like I'm like whether it be listening to music or like watching a TV show on the side or watching a video on my phone or some shit.
Are you scared of that though?
I've gotten better at it as of late, but throughout the like, especially just being stuck at the airport without doing that was my first experience, like really like me attempting to meditate at the fucking airport for 8 hours.
Hell no!
I was like, I have nothing else to do, guys.
The only time you do.
Yeah, it's like if I absolutely have nothing else to do, it's just like, okay, yeah, like so no, yeah, it was a rough period because like I needed something to entertain myself, especially being hungover too on that day. Like I just needed something to distract myself so I could get home. That's my main focus, was to get home. Ooh, side note, since we were talking about your parents being your number one support system thing, I feel like I had to call my dad to let him know obviously where I was at, so I used the hotel phone. I had to call him like 5 different times because he kept ignoring the call because he was like, who is this 619 number calling me right now? He was like, what the fuck? And he finally answered like, hello. Like, hello, man, like, stop calling my phone. So I was like, Dad, it's me.
Oh.
And he was like, what the heck, where are you right now? And I had to tell him my whole situation. I was just so disappointed, so embarrassed. I was like, I lost my phone, lost my passport, all that shit. I was like, God, and then I told him all that, and the only thing he could say, the only thing he wanted to do is like, he's like, do you have a ride back home? Like, do you have a flight back home? Like, any of this. Like, he didn't care. I kept fucking up. Like, all he cared about was like, okay, he's like, you don't have an ID. He's like, can you make it through the airport? And I was like, I was ensuring him. I was like, Dad, yes, I can make it through the airport. There's just a different process I have to go through, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, just make sure you can get through the airport. And I was like, I had booked this is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. And I told him like, yeah, my flight's not till 9 o'clock. He's like, no, go now. Go to the airport. Make sure you can get through that TSA and then call me back. I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna end up calling you back with a different number, but it's so early right now. It's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna sit in the airport for like 6-7 hours. Doing nothing. I was like, no, go to the airport right now. And if you can't make it through, call me because I'm coming to pick you up. I was like, what the heck? Like, he's gonna drive 5 hours out from Las Vegas all the way down to pick me up. He was really like, he was always there for me. Like, and that was such like a strong realization I had. Is like, no matter how much I fuck up and shit like that, like, dude, And no matter how shit you feel about yourself, like your parents will always be your number one fucking support. All fucking day.
Always. You know they got your back.
Better than anyone else. They literally raised you.
That's so dope. I love that. I'm glad we can appreciate our parents while they're here, because too many people don't.
Or don't have the luxury of even having them around. So I do like blessings to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Thankful for
The parents.
it's for real. What's the time at? 1:06. Wow. Not bad.
Not bad at all. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Yeah. Like I said, I said I've been up. A reason I've been up is because, like I said, I've gotten more better control over my drinking and stuff, like how to pace myself and really understanding how it's reacting to my body in sort of a way. But before, yeah, it's just like we were talking about earlier, it's just we'll just send it. Like it doesn't matter the occasion. Like you asked me to do this podcast like maybe a couple months ago. I've been like,
oh my god.
I would have just taken shots after shots after like every question, every 5 minutes. Yeah, so, but
it's easy to get caught up.
yes, and I don't blame him. Like it's such a what is it called, like sociable, acceptable thing to do. Like you're just fucking kicking and hanging, and everyone just the vibes are up. And you just want to take a shot. And I took that to the fucking next level for sure. So I'm chilling now. How are you though? After the hour of conversation and some drinks.
I feel good. I definitely am feeling very loosey-goosey. I love it. Yeah, I didn't expect it, but it's a nice, mellow high. I'm like, should we...
Definitely after, yeah. I want to be able to, I like where I'm at right now because I can still have conversations and speak amongst stuff. When I get faded, the thought train just kind of like
zooms off.
It's the tracks get a little wobbly and I just don't have a train of thought anymore.
No, I'm the same way, but I love it. I love it though. So what music have you been into recently?
I'm still die hard with house music, and I will always be discovering new house music and listening to house music every day. So that is what is it called? Non-negotiable. House music just lives within me. It's my life.
Okay, Don Dalla, how do you feel about his new release,
his new single, Girls? It's a great song. It's very disco-y, very vibey. But not my favorite song for sure.
Not?
It's not. Yeah, it's a good song. Don't get me wrong. I like Girls. Dom Dalla has been making some good new music.
But what's your favorite?
I'm more of that darker.
Oh, techno.
Like tech house and techno. Sure, yes, they're great. I love the rage. I love the vibes there. But it's a type of house music that kind of it's more. It's like still disco, but it's like darker beats. Some shit like that. But that's my vibe.
Because what do you like to do? You like to dance?
I love to dance. That's my shit. I can't help but move my. And then I'm not in a sort of way where like I'm like choreographed and hold on, that like not the kind of dance where like I do choreography or like a b-boy or anything. I just like to move my body.
Right. It feels good.
It looks good. It feels good. I like when I get to move my body to the beat. It just it's like one of those types of feelings and a thing it does to my brain where I am just happy and feel free, and that's the whole gist of it. Like that's why I love house music, because it's one thing I can constantly dance my ass to, and Bay Area music, West Coast beats, all that kind of shit. That also sparks this fucking tickle in my brain because of the way the beats make me want to move my body. And then that's the kind of music I have been on as of late. I haven't listened to a bunch of hip hop. Like I DJ'd this past weekend, and I DJ'd hip hop music. It was nice to kind of go back to that because I haven't really listened to any hip hop because it was like EDC into like everything we're going to now, and then before that, it was just a bunch of like house music around me, and obviously like all the dubstep and shit. But EDM in general is like I have to take a sip. It's always my fallback for sure. And that's I guess that's what's been on my mind and what I've been vibing with. Especially going into this like new little chapter that I feel like is opening up in my life right now.
Which is house music, or what? What's the new chapter?
The new chapter is essentially just being okay with everything that has happened in the past, accepting my mistakes, and learning to control myself, especially around alcohol again, which I feel like for me, I think on paper it just sounds, it looks a little silly. Well, I guess to some people, I guess. I guess because for other people, it's a really serious problem, like just having no control around alcohol. But for me, it was more so in the sense of just like putting my life in danger and just like not so much no benefit at all to it. Like I'm just literally destroying myself with alcohol. But now being able to enjoy the benefits of it while keeping myself in control was like a huge step forward for me, and I think that like kind of unlocked a whole new perspective into this lifestyle that I live now, with things moving around at work and things moving around on my personal life. Kind of helps a lot with the clarity of my mind and just moving forward in general.
Do you think you'll ever go back to being like an alcoholic? Will you ever let yourself be honest right now?
Oh. Under certain circumstances, I can see myself blacking out like fucking next week type shit.
Oh, Kris.
But I think I take that into account of the people I'm with, the environment I'm at, and I don't know. There's like, yeah, that's why I said under certain circumstances. Like if I'm at home, I don't mind. Like I'm just at home.
Yeah.
I'm with my family. I can go upstairs to my room. I'll fucking knock out. Who cares? I'll sleep on the couch. Who cares? If I'm at a party, then I try not to like go ever, especially if I drove to that party. I'm not trying to black out here. If I'm out in public, I'm not gonna black out like that. I haven't in the longest time.
A little more self-control.
Yeah, like I wouldn't, like I think I've gotten to the point like I'm not gonna choose to do that kind of thing, even when the circumstances are right. Under those, at those specific places, like I'm at a party, like with all the homies like that. I mean, granted, if it's like a close homie's house, then sure, I might be able to like get loosey goosey, but if I know my friend is DD or we're all grabbing an Uber to get back home and we're out in public, but sure, I'll get a little loosey goosey. That's more less likely than the whole house party situation. And then that's pretty much it. Like if it's a festival, like I don't even try to get myself too inebriated anymore if I'm at like a music festival or I'm at a concert or anything like that. Because there have been many cases where I would pull up to the concert where I'm too pre-gamed, cross-faded, whatever the fuck I did. And I'm like in that hoe. And then what's worse,
that part.
It's great, yes. I love walking into the event like lit. Yes, it's awesome. But the worst part about me back then was that I would continue to keep getting more and more lit inside. And that's what led me to like not remembering the night, blacking out or anything like that. It's like the way you're supposed to do is walk in lit, enjoy the vibes. But then my ass is like, I'm walking in, I'm like, let's get a shot.
Damn, no, you really are the party. You really are the party. But it's okay, you can be the party and relax, you know, at the same same damn time.
And that's what I've been practicing.
Okay, good shit. I'm proud of you. Good for you, dude. It's all up. We up. And it's okay.
I'm glad. I'm really glad we had like a conversation about this because even it even shows an effect at work. Like my coworkers, they never told me this. Never told me this until like just recently. Like I went out with them for the first time for a long time because like I was just staying home, whole situation with my car and shit, and finally go out with them for a drink and DJ's playing good music, and then like I'm like feeling myself just like having a good time with them, and then one of my managers, my coworkers are like, Kris, how come we never see you like this at work? It's like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like this all the time. I was like, no, most often time, like, you're just serious and, like, just working hard and, like, all this shit. And I'm like, we want to see this side of you more because, like, it's fun. Like, they enjoy my presence and my energy, my aura whenever I'm, like, being myself, just, like, dancing to shit.
Mm-hmm. And friendly reminder, you don't need alcohol or any sort of drug to do that.
I don't.
You're naturally like that, dude.
Yeah.
Even when we were driving over to your house, you were dancey, litty. You don't need anything.
Oh, I done goofs. They're like little droplets, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. The homie hooked me up with this shit, so I love him for it.
White stains all day.
We'll be okay. I should throw it in the washer and it should be alright.
Nice. Oh, all is finished.
I was kind of happy because they started noticing a change in my behavior as of late, like the past couple weeks. Like I'm just more, like even though I'll come into work like tired or anything like that, they'll see that I do my best to like stay high energy and just like interact with them more and make jokes and be a nasty girl when I'm out. Because yeah, that's like an inside thing I have with one of my coworkers where like we just sing each other the lyrics to that song and we just get lit. So I feel like this whole like hour and 16 minutes was talking a lot about my own growth and stuff. I feel like I've been yapping.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, do you have anything else to say? Because I'm lit and I would like to go smoke with you. So, anything else before we close out the scene?
I don't know, guys. For anyone that has listened to the entire podcast and has made it to the end with your boy and your girl Essence, I just want to say thank you. And I don't know, just stay true to yourself. Don't ever change for anybody else. I think the way you yourself are now to this day is going to be the best version that we could ever see from you. And it just only continues to get better. It's the best version of you today. So keep doing that every single day and only expect the best moving forward, because that's all you deserve, honey.
Forever and always. I swear, you're like my perfect companion for this, because that's usually what I say to people at the end of all of my podcasts. So that's fucking dope. I love that. Yes. Thank you, Kris, for being here, and thank you for having me. Yes, any day. I appreciate your energy and your openness, and it was nice to know more about you this whole entire day. So, yeah. Thank you for anyone who has ever listened or is listening to this podcast as we speak. We love and appreciate you, and as you know, you can always reach out to T4One. I will be here for you, and now you got someone else who will be. So.
That was really fun. Yeah, I had a blast being able to open up and talk to you about a lot of different things, and for anyone that listens, talk to you guys too about my own personal growth and hardships throughout the past. Like it was only like a year and 6 months. Like I feel like people go through a lot more through less, or a lot more through a lot longer time. But this is just my general reference. So to anyone that can relate, it's for you.
It's us. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys next week with all love, essence, and
Your boy Kris. I just hold it there, save all that good stuff. Oh my god.
How
Save-
fucking dope.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was fucking. That was good.
Of course, it's us.
I'm just glad I got everything to work.
No, for real.
Like, it sounded good too, like, cause we're like listening to each other the entire time through the headphones, and I was like, wow, this sounds so good.
I'm gonna save it to my cloud too. Deep breath. We love this. I'm so proud. That was so good.
Yes. For like an hour plus, like, that's not bad. Sometimes podcasts run like 30, like people will talk a lot in like 30, 45 minutes and then they cut it. But to just have a chill conversation after an hour, that's pretty nice. And this Pinot Noir, I'm feeling it, dude. This is good. That's that. Like this.
Okay, so
You know what I really appreciated the most about this podcast is like being able to talk about all that shit when the only person that ever really talked about any of that was myself. Like it was a good feeling to like be able to share all that with somebody else.
oh, that's awesome. Now you're gonna have like 3,000 people listen to it.
Calm down.
I don't know if this officially saved. Can you help me? So I push this, but it says that something pops up.
There's a new version of this project on audio.com, so it will replace it.
I did both. I hit save this project and discard.
So let's just look for it real quick. You saved it into the cloud too, right?
Just on my laptop. Because for the cloud, it was giving that message that it said it's called S and CRISPR, or S and Kris. Cool.
Yeah, that's right here. Anyways, let's just make sure this is it. So let's get the information. It was saved 11:30, or it started then modified 12:26. So that's when you saved it. Okay, 1.89 gigs. That sounds about right for an hour podcast.
Okay,
It's saved
cool.
here.
Yay! I'm still gonna leave it up just in case.
I feel like I did it until it started exporting shit.
Oh my god, I have to pee again. Stop my phone.
Oh yeah, I got you. Thank you. Look at us.